We're focusing on your distance wedges, and you've told us that your main issue is strike related, and more specifically, you're hitting heavy shots. So the club is making contact with the ground before it reaches impact. Now the positive part of that is that when you hit a distance wedge, you should be hitting the ground with the club. Ideally, you're taking a divot, but of course the divot should be appearing after the ball and not before it. So although you have the club making contact with the ground, it's simply in the wrong place. If we can move the low point of the swing further forward, you'll be able to strike the ball first and take the divot after it. So if we look at setup initially, having the ball too far forward in the stance will mean it's very difficult to get the hands ahead of the ball and the low point forward. So if we can move that ball position to either center of the stance or even maybe back a little bit, that's going to make it much easier to get the low point forward and get the strike correct. Next is where we position ourselves in relation to the golf ball. And by that we mean, are we shifting behind the ball and staying behind the ball during the downswing? This would have the same effect as having the ball forward in the stance. It's just too difficult to get the hands ahead of the ball. So once we have a good ball position, we need to try and position our upper body either on top of the golf ball or even slightly ahead of it. And then the trick is throughout the swing to maintain it ahead of the ball. As it's a short swing, it's quite easy to do this. So set up with the good ball position, lean the body towards the target, and then keep it forward throughout the entire backswing and the downswing, and then through into the follow through. Once we have these two things, the last element is the timing of the release. So we hinge the wrists on the way back and we unhinge them on the way down. If we unhinge the wrists too early, it'll be very easy to make contact with the ground too far back. So delaying the release long enough to get the hands ahead of the ball means that we've moved the low point of the swing forward and we'll take our divot after the ball instead of before it. So it's the timing of the release that will be the key to striking the ball well. If we make some rehearsal swings, we're trying to get exactly the shot that we're playing, and we're trying to make sure the club brushes the grass ahead of the ball. We're timing this release so that we can clearly see the contact with the club and the grass ahead of the ball. Now if we can do this, it means we can do it when the golf ball is there. But sometimes you may find that your rehearsals are good, and then when you step up to the ball, you get a heavy strike anyway. This means that your swing thought from practice swing to the golf shot has changed. So for example, you set up for your practice swing and you're focused on taking a divot after the ball, and then you step forward to the ball and you think about how high it's supposed to go or how far it's supposed to go. But this is a different swing thought that can change the mechanics of the swing. If your thought on the practice swing is to take a divot after the ball, and that gives you the most consistent results, you need to step forward to the golf ball and think, take a divot after the golf ball. Don't step up and think, this has got to go 80 yards. So, recognize the swing thought that gives you the most consistent results when it comes to striking the ground after the ball. And once you can feel that, step forward and repeat that feeling.